What's going on, guys? This is Damien from The Lookout, and we just got all of the new leaders from Set 1 Fusion World. Yes, all of them dropped today, so let's just go over them. But before we begin this video, huge shout out to the Coffee Club, our lovely patrons. These are our $2 and up patrons. They buy us coffee, they keep this crazy content machine going, and guys, thanks a lot for your support. If you wish to join the Coffee Club, link to our Patreon is in the description below. And I think that's about everything. Roll the video! As with all of our videos, let's start with a breakdown. So, all of the Set 1 leaders got revealed. I'm going to briefly announce our tournament. We're gonna have a tournament where you can win a starter deck. We're gonna have it tomorrow. I'm gonna talk about this very quickly. I'm gonna give you a brief leader rundown, and then we'll just wrap it up with a summary. Let's go! That's right, guys, we're gonna be holding the first Fusion World Starter Deck Proxy Legal Tournament on our Discord tomorrow. It will be streamed on our Twitch channel. And guys, the first place, first off, it's completely free. Here's all of the info. The first place winner gets a Fusion World Starter Deck of their choice once the product actually launches. Discord and the registration are in the description below, so yeah, it's open to everyone, shipped globally, completely for free. So if you wish to try to win one of these decks, why not? Just go and apply, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Now let's dive into the leaders, and let's start with Red, okay? Because Red was horrible in starter decks. First off, Beerus. Yes, Beerus, the god of destruction, is here, and there's a cool thing about these cards. Check this out. He has critical, and he has a permanent that during your turn is a 20k leader. Yeah, a massive attacker. However, he's not the only one that's gonna have critical on this permanent. This is one of the design choices for some of the leaders. However, he doesn't draw. That's the big drawback. So you need to awaken, you need to play a bunch of self-awakeners in this deck. Otherwise, you're just gonna run out of hand. So yeah, that's the very, well, let's not call it very basic, but that's the front side. Let's check out the awakened side. On the awakened side, Beerus is meh. He's just kinda meh. You can finally draw, which is cool, but you lose critical. I mean, alright, balancing purposes. However, your activate main is just kind of like once per turn you get to KO a blocker, and that's it. Like that's I mean minus 10. That's usually gonna be killing a blocker. There are even some blockers that you can't KO with this ability, so it's just kind of it's not the best, guys. Out of all of them, this is probably the worst one. Let's check out the other red leader. We got a new Goku leader. Yes, another red Goku, but this one is much better than the atrocity that we got in the starter deck. So this is the other side of the leader design. So they either have critical and they're 20k, or they're just draw on attack and then they have the standard awakening. So we're not gonna be discussing this side much. There's nothing here. Let's just check out the awakened side. The awakened side is just amazing. The awakened side is actual power. 20k permanent. All of your battle cards, which are Universe 7, get plus 5k power. Giving everything plus 5k for free is absurd. It's incredibly powerful. If you don't know how power economy works in this game, we went over it in our How to Play Starter Vegeta guide. Just click on the eye, it's gonna pop out. Basically, plus 5k to everything across different costs is basically a 1 extra cost worth of power. Yeah, that's basically what it is. So let's say you get a 10k drop, a 10k 1 drop. When you give it plus 5, it is in the 15k range, which is usually a 2 cost. So it's basically like an addition 1 cost worth of power for free is just wow. Moving on to blue, we have Goku Black. Yes, we have Goku Black, and guys, here's the front side. It's another one of these critical leaders, so just try to awaken as fast as possible, and let's jump into the awaken side. Goku Black, guys, is completely insane. Completely insane. 20k, draws on attack, but he has activate main, which is just wow. Once per turn, place one Zamasu from your battle area to the bottom of your deck, and during this turn, the next time that you would use and play Goku Black from your hand, reduce the cost by 2. 2 cost reduction. So we need to just quickly talk about this discount. Here is how it works. It's not as huge as you might imagine. It's huge in a situation where you already had Zamasu from the previous turn in play. Then you get the full cost reduction, right? Then that's basically 2 turns reduction when you try to play something. So if you are on turn 3 and you had Zamasu from the previous turn, and then you get rid of it, and then you get discount 2, now you can play a 5-drop. However, because the cheapest Zamasu is 1 energy, this basically just allows you to play cards a single turn earlier. Because you spend 1, and then when you discount by 2, you technically deduct the 1 that you spent, and you get a 1 energy discount. What this means is, for example, it is your turn. It's your turn 3, right? So you spend 1 energy on a Zamasu. Now you're on 2. You get rid of Zamasu. You use this ability. You discount by 2, and now you can play a 4-drop. You can't play a 5-drop with this because you've already spent 1 to play Zamasu. That's how it basically works. We'll go into more details when we do the whole how to play guide. But so far, yeah, this one looks amazing. Next up is Future Trunks. Yes, Future Trunks opposing Goku Black and Zamasu. Extremely basic frontside. I'm just showing this for the artwork, and yeah, let's jump into the Awaken side. On the Awaken side, this one is actually really good. 20k, of course, draw on attack, blah blah, all the standard jazz. However, activate main once per turn. Choose up to 1 battle card with a cost of 3 or less and return it to its owner's hand. Now, if this just hit opponent's cards, this would have been complete ass. Like, this would have just been awful, because bouncing cards is the worst, back to hand is the worst form of removal in Dragon Ball. However, it works on either player's cards, so you can bounce your cards back. So what do you do with this one is basically you play a card with an on-play effect. Let's say on-play search top 5 or something, or draw 1, or maybe bottom deck like something. Then you gain the effect, you attack with the card, and once the attack is done, you use your activate main to bounce it back to hand. So you can play, I don't know, like a draw 1, a tutor. You can play the Piccolo, which grabs the extra card and just bounce it back to your hand. There's a lot that you can do with this. Like, this one looks really, really good. Next up, Android 17, and when he awakens, it's Android 18 as well. Standard, we now know that green will be Cell Saga in first set, but this one is, you know, the standard. Later, here is the artwork. Let's check out the more interesting side. On the Awakened side, the leader is like basic. He's super basic, but not too bad, maybe not too bad. It looks like ramp will be the definitive way to go for green. You'll just be ramping in green, that's what you do. But, you know, permanent, your turn, if you have 6 or more energy, he's 30k, and he draws a card on attack. That's everything, that's all. It looks super basic, and unfortunately it's really impossible to evaluate the leader right now, as we don't know how good or bad the Android 17 ramp cards will be. Like, if they're bad, then this one is just awful. If they're really good, then like this one is okay, let's do this, you know. But so far, just kind of very basic, with the potential to be good. Gohan, yes, Gohan is the other side of green. Standard leader, just showing you the artwork, and yeah, we have a couple of these left with the front side. One of them is interesting, but yeah, let's get the artwork out of the way and let's check out the Awakened side. On the Awakened side, Gohan he's a bit weird. He's a mix of Vegeta and Broly leaders, basically. Unlike Broly, you actually get to draw when you attack, which is great. You don't need to kill an energy to draw. However, unlike Vegeta, you need to pay a higher price to get the 15k boost. You need to KO one of your energies to get the boost, while Vegeta just needs 7 or less in hand. But unlike that one, this one is Activate Battle. It's used in battle, so you can do this on defense, for example. There are no negates in this game, so Activate Main, Activate Battle doesn't really matter. It matters when your opponent decides not to block and then you use this ability to become bigger. So it's an upside. However, it's still kinda... we need to see the rest of these cards. Moving on to the best color in the game, Ginyu. And Ginyu is the only interesting frontside leader, so don't just click over him. What's interesting with this one is that you don't draw when you awaken. Instead, you restand an energy. This is the first time that we're seeing this. You restand an energy when you awaken, and then you flip the card. And on the awaken side, he's really interesting. Like, I'll be honest, he's really interesting. He has the ability where, as Activate Main, once per turn you pay free energy and you discard 2 from hand, so you pay a massive price, but you get to restand all of your battle cards and attack with them again. And that's really huge. That's really, really huge. It looks super strong, but it's impossible to evaluate it now without seeing the rest of the Ginyu Force cards, because the ability only works on Ginyu Force cards. So once we get the rest of them, then we'll see. Maybe, let's say if they have on attack draw, on attack KO something, on attack gain a buff, if they have those kinds of abilities, then this is just insane. If they're just like, once per turn when you attack you do something, then it's kinda, you get a bunch of vanilla beaters, but it still looks solid if they will have high stats. So we'll see. Leaving the best for last. Are you shocked that there is a Frieza clan in yellow which is just better than anything else? Yeah, Cooler is here. You wish to awaken as fast as possible, crit 20k, all of that jazz. Let's look at the absurdly broken Awaken side. And here is the best leader in set 1, Cooler. Guys, this one is absurd. This one is just stupid good. Like, it's miles, in my opinion, it's miles ahead of anything else. Activate Main Battle, once per turn, discard 1 card from your hand, choose up to 1 of your battle cards with a cost of 4 or less, so you can choose a boss monster, and freeze a clan in its special trait, or 1 of your energy and switch it to active mode. Yes, for those of you coming from Masters, this is basically Golden Frieza of this game. That's the set 1 Golden Frieza. Both of these abilities are absurd, because if you use them, if you restand something, you get to swing twice. If you restand an energy, you get to play something, or you get to use an extra card. However, what makes this one really absurd is that the ability works on either player's turn. You can use this on your opponent's turn. You can restand a blocker. You can, as Activate Battle, let's say they rush at you with something and then you just discard a card, you restand an energy and you play an extra card that removes the attacker. Or something like that. Like, the Cooler is absurd. Cooler is just insane. So yeah, that's it for the leaders. Before we end the video, let's quickly jump into the summary. We now have all of the set 1 leaders. All of them. The majority of them look really good. Like, that's the upside. The majority look really, really good, which is awesome. For those which don't look good, well, it's too early to be able to judge certain leaders. So hopefully they turn out okay. I think like the Beerus is the only one for which we can say that it's just flat out bad. Android, Goku, Ginyu, all of these look like they have potential, but we need to see the rest of the archetype. And finally, there were a lot more reveals, so stay tuned for more Fusion World content heading your way. We have promos, we have some weird golden cards, a lot of things. we have a lot of things heading your way. So yeah, keep a lookout for those. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below which is your favorite leader from Fusion World. Mine is Cooler. Yeah, I'm a green player, but Cooler, I've learned on the mistake that was Gold and Frieza, so I'm definitely playing Cooler when Fusion World drops. But which one is your leader? Are you super hyped for some leaders? Are you disappointed with how some of them turned out? Let me know in the comments below. I read all of your comments. I try to respond to everything. I love our little community. And guys, while you are here, hit those like and subscribe buttons. We're on our way to 4K subs, and when we hit the 4K, I'm gonna give away a booster box. This has been Damien from The Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.